Well, hi guys. I know it's been a while. I can't really remember the last thing I did, I remember what it was. I don't remember when it was. I think it was the installation of this very, very cute phone mount from Peak Design. The installation of that and the phone case for my iPhone. It's the last thing I did. I know it's been a long time since that. I think the last thing Chris did was some moto camping stuff. I want to say that was like a little over a year ago. I think it was like August or September of last year, so it's been a while for both of us, really. Lots been going on, a lot of life stuff just to really, hit the fan all at once, especially for me. I think Chris just got busy with life and, things like that can allow him to talk about what he wants to talk about. But for me, at least, I got to talk about how for what was going on with me is it was just pretty dark time around the time we started this channel. Shortly before Chris came to me for the idea, I think I had just lost my job and COVID happened, all that stuff, so made finding a job harder. Finishing my last year or so of school, so I was getting financial aid. I was whatever unemployment I could get to really help me scrape by, because it was rough finding a job, and I was also super depressed for a multitude of reasons. And when Chris came to me with the idea for this channel, I thought that'd be a good motivator, a good thing to good kick in the butt that I needed, something to help me pick myself up by my bootstraps and kind of give me something to motivate me, something to look forward to, something to just kind of keep myself busy with, because outside of the monotony that was school in that last kind of chunk of time, I was kind of just bored. I wasn't going out. I was only leaving my home for school. So once COVID picked up, I started having class at home. We started having asynchronous or just online meetings. So again, that made it also very easy for me to just never leave my house and be sad. And at the same time, there's a lot of stuff with the way I was overcompensating a bit with the stuff I wanted to make, the stuff I wanted to do. The reason we came together was that we had, well, first of all, just me and Chris were good friends, and we wanted to share this thing together. But one of the good things that we kind of thought that we would have going for us was the fact that Chris, he's the one that had experience of the bike. He was just getting back into it after so long when he bought his Pan America. But for me, it was, I'm buying this iron. This is my very first bike. I had never ridden before this bike. This is the bike I learned on. And outside of every training course and YouTube tutorial that I watched and rewatched, all of my experience is coming from just hopping on this bad boy. So that was kind of going to be the duality of the channel, was you had me learning things and you had Chris just doing stuff that he does. And what we were excited for was the original point where our paths would converge together. Once I got to the level where he was. Right now I'm not just showing you how I'm learning to ride, but I'm just riding kind of like I am today. Because my original plan was I share with you guys how I'm learning, how I'm starting out on this, how I'm going to parking lots and riding around very, very slowly and learning, dealing with the friction zone, moving the bike around in neutral, getting used to the weight, all that stuff is what I was going to do. But like I said, I ended up taking a hiatus because the videos just stopped giving me what I wanted or what I felt I needed to get from the videos. And like I said, I was overcompensating. I was putting too much work and too much faith into what these videos would do for me, and I was trying too hard. I was over obsessing about the audio, the video, so many things, when what I really should have just cared about was giving you guys stuff to see. Because I first got the GoPro, I got the chin mount, which let me put the camera right at the chin of the helmet, right at the front, a good POV. Because before I found this mount, my only option was going to be sticking this on the side of the helmet, on top of the helmet, like I'm a freaking unicorn. All these weird things about it. And so instead of that, I was like, there's got to be better options in this. And that's when I started researching. I found the chin mount, which let me put it right here. So I was like, cool. This is, closer to eye level, comfortable, does not feel weird. It feels natural for you guys to see this. But then one thing that happened was this mount allows the camera to be mounted dead center on my helmet, right down, like the line of symmetry right in the middle. But what I learned with the GoPro, and with a lot of action cameras, is that the unfortunate part is that the lens isn't dead center on the camera. The lens isn't right here. It's right here, with about, an inch to the side. And so I was like, well, crap. And for a normal person, that shouldn't have bothered anyone. But the way I was overly obsessing motorcycles. Ooh, Knight Rider. The way I was overly obsessing with the way I wanted the video to be just perfect, the way I wanted the audio to be just perfect. Having the camera view, which felt like it was, too off to the side, which isn't that bad. Honestly, it's like barely noticeable in a lot of cases, but for me, and the way I was over obsessing, it was noticeable and it bothered me, and it was something that I wanted to not have. I wanted perfection because I felt like everyone else was putting out perfection, so I had to as well. So I manufactured this like Frankenstein's monster, sort of jerry-rigged amalgamation of different mounts and extensions that, when attached to the chin mount, would leave my camera lens, my GoPro lens, to be dead center on that line of symmetry. And I was happy with it, but now I've got 5, 6, 7 pieces of plastic kind of like all screwed together. I had to make sure it's all screwed tight enough because I didn't want it to be loose at all, because if any of it's loose, it moves something off by 1 degree or more, and now my perfect angle is now lost. And it also meant that the way that the camera was mounted to the very tip top of this also had to be mounted at a specific degree, specific angle, so that when I took the camera off that monstrosity, I have now just lost the perfection and would have to screw it back on and then try again to find that sweet spot. And again, with all these extra pieces of plastic, I have now introduced more areas for this contraption to fail. Because right now, I have chin mount that has like the receiver holes, or not receiver holes, like the slider receiver to put the GoPro thing. So you snap that into place. That has like the holes for the thumb screws, so you put the mount in there. Screws. I have one that like brings it up, and I set the camera on top. So I have like 2 pieces of connections going on, as opposed to 5, 6, or 7 pieces of plastic that are all interconnected. If any of them breaks, I need to get it replaced, or I need to figure out how to move forward without that piece, causing way too much issue if things ever failed. So again, me over obsessing gave me this perfect solution. Gave me what felt like a perfect solution, but it was actually me trying just too damn hard. So that was an issue. And then once I was over obsessing about that, or it reached a point where I was spending too much time recording and editing and re-recording, just because what I was getting didn't feel good enough. But I shouldn't have cared that much. I should have edited things to be, just right enough as I could get them. And that's it. Like, I'm on a frickin' motorcycle. I'm going to be going higher speeds. I'm going to be going 50, 60, 70, where they're on, when I'm in like industrial areas, on the freeway, wherever. I'm exposed to the elements. There's going to be wind noise. There's going to be this. There's going to be that. There's going to be all these issues. So the main thing I should be dealing with is just getting things, recording things as is and getting them good enough, because that's the main idea of this, is that it should be natural. It should feel organic. It shouldn't feel like I'm faking things for you guys. As impressive as it would be for you to hear nothing from the outside world, but only my voice, that's kind of crazy. Because, you see I'm on the motorcycle, so for you to hear dead silence aside from my voice and just, perfect sounding voice, don't mean that I have spent way too much time editing this, or it might even sound like I just freaking recorded this in post. But the idea about recording this while I'm on the bike is so you get my thoughts and my reactions and everything I'm doing as it happened. Not me recording something later to talk over it, or recording the lines, recording everything I say, making some kind of transcript and recording everything I say just so you guys have that. No, that's bull. It's not what I want. There was all these issues just building up for me, where I was like, I just need to chill. It was all just taking more of a toll on my mental health, because like I said, I was overthinking this, because I wanted to just pour myself completely into this, because I thought it would just heal me as a person. But when it got bad enough, I just had to stop. I needed to step away from pretty much everything, and kind of just work on myself, because I clearly wasn't able to put out too much content because I was too busy worrying about content. So that's why I stepped away. I was gone for a while. Needed to work on myself, needed to get a job realistically, and just be better. I'd still stay in contact with Chris. We'd still talk every now and again, but I just needed to be not have so many responsibilities or this pressure, So fast forward to now, or about a week or so ago, things are better as of now. I have a really good job. I'm comfortable now. I'm much happier. I hang out with my friends, I go out, I do things, I leave my house a lot more often than I really used to. 77777LU. Cool. And I was cleaning out one of my desk drawers the other day, and I found my GoPro. I found like the little case right, everything, and I found the monstrosity. Found the GoPro. I found the chin mount, or no, the chin mount's still on the helmet, but I found like all the mounting stuff, and I was like, oh my god, like maybe, maybe I start recording again. Maybe I see what's up. Maybe I just get all this back together, hop on my bike, and just start recording again and see how it feels and go from there. Just start putting things out regardless of what they are, how perfect, how imperfect they are, just doing it and just going from there. Because I know Chris hasn't put anything on in a while. So to get a surprise video would mean a lot, So that's what I'm gonna do. As soon as I'm done with this, I'm gonna edit it, upload it, do the usual things, and you just figure it out as you go along. But the main issue was when I reconnected my GoPro, it kind of went to crap because now it shuts off a lot. It works half the time at best. I had the media mod so I could connect the microphone that I was using at the time, the lav mic that I had put into my helmet, and the camera was recognizing the media mod about 50% of the time, which means that when it does recognize it, the lav mic works. When it doesn't recognize that it's connected to the media mod, it's not connected to the lav mic, which means if it's not connected to the lav mic, then all you would hear is camera noises, which you don't always want to be hearing. You're hearing camera noises, which camera's outside of my helmet. So if I'm trying to talk and exist for you guys inside my helmet, and the only mics picking up audio are the ones right here on the outside, you probably won't hear me unless I'm at a stop going very slow, or just walking around, maybe, because if the engine's on, you're not hearing anything. So I needed to get a new camera, unfortunately. And what ended up happening is I came into the wrong parking lot. I was supposed to be going to the bank. I came to Best Buy parking lot. This is not where I should be. At least not yet. I wanted to come here after, so I still need to go to the bank. But I was just saying, camera now suddenly was a piece of crap. All of my troubleshooting and fixes were not working. None of my fixes are working. So I was like, I need to invest in a new camera. And that is what I decided to do. I started researching getting a new camera. At first, I was just going to get the new GoPro. I have a Hero 10, had a Hero 10, and decided that I would just do the logical thing and get the newest one. Get the Hero 13 that came out, I want to say, earlier this year. And I was pretty much set on it. I was gonna order it. There was nothing stopping me. I think I had it in my cart. But I started just watching more videos because I was like, this thing is so neat. I want to learn everything I can about this camera so I can be ready when I finally get it. But as I was doing that, I came across a video that was comparing the GoPro Hero 13 with a brand new other action camera. And when it comes to action cameras, I know absolutely nothing aside from GoPro. I've only known the GoPro Heroes. I've never known any other action camera. Heard of them or trust them really because, at the end of the day, for me it was GoPro do or die, GoPro or bust. And I know there's the Insta 360 cameras, but I've always thought of those as the selfie stick 360 degree stuff. So that's not too bad. Those are cute. I'd only ever thought of those as just being that. I didn't think about them having an action camera, but they do. Seems pretty decent. But the camera that did end up appearing for me was the Osmo Action 5 Pro, another new camera that just came out in September that just looks amazing. Where's the bank at again? I think it's in here. The Osmo Action 5 Pro, which is, after watching a bunch of videos, it's over in the corner. A super freaking cool camera. Has a lot of things that are really neat, and most of all, one of the big selling points for me was it has a wireless receiver connectivity capabilities to the DJI Mic 2, which is a microphone that I had just gotten right when I was going to start using my GoPro again before, it kind of died on me. So I got those and was super excited to use them. Come to find out, my camera doesn't work and it wasn't going to be all that cool. But this camera seemed pretty cool. I'll throw up pictures of it somewhere. But the more I found out about this camera, the more I was like, this is pretty cool. Maybe what I do instead of getting the Hero 13 is maybe I get this new camera. Maybe I try it out, It's $349.99. It was $50 cheaper. Let me see what it's like. Let me Let me see what I can figure out. So that's what I'm using now. But right now, just hit the bank, so I'm going to do my business, and then we'll be back in like a second. Now, why the heck did I unzip my jacket? It is stupid of me to do. It's very hard to zip it up with gloves on. But we're back. Where was I? Oh yeah, I was talking about this pretty awesome camera. So yeah, as I was saying, was going to go with the Hero 13, but found out there was just a lot of things about the Action 5 Pro that were just better. Pretty good battery life. The night recording capabilities were a bit better. It's going to start getting dark soon, so we'll see if we get to see any of that before I end the video. But just a whole bunch of like neat things that just sounded cool, and I was like, you know what, instead of going for the Hero 13, instead of sticking with what I'm used to, maybe I step out of my comfort zone a little bit, you know, and test this out, see what it's like. Let's do that. So that's what I did. I stepped out of my comfort zone, and I got the Osmo Action 5 Pro. So yeah, that's where we are now. I'm just going to start recording and do stuff. My plan coming back is to not just stay on the motorcycle, because unfortunately I ended up off camera with my motorcycle for so long that we've skipped the journey of me learning, and I realized that was going to be the bulk of my stuff. My content was going to be me showing you guys how I get better and better. But now we fast forward more than a year later, and now I am just on my motorcycle and riding comfortably. So we kind of skipped that. I didn't get to have you guys along with me for that. So that kind of sucks personally, but in order for stuff to record, that also kind of sucks, because now it's like, well, what the hell do I do? I just kind of now ride, give you guys life updates, asking questions, and exist. Which, you know, that's cool and all, but, you know, there's some stuff missing, kind of. So what I'm going to do is just kind of try to make this like just an everyday piece of my life thing, where, you know, you guys are going to get to see me riding and doing things, catch me doing this, catch me doing that, existing, where the stuff I want to show you guys, some stuff where you just get to see me riding, existing, going to eat at different places, living my life. I have my camera that I'm trying to get myself to go out and take pictures of, you know, go on hikes and stuff. Maybe someday I'll do the moto camping like Chris did, get some nice pictures there. But I have a really nice camera, and it'd be really nice to get some proper use out of it instead of, you know, silly little portraits here and there in my everyday life. Let me start to go out of my way to get some good pictures. So I just want to take you guys along for pretty much everything I'm doing, really, and just kind of vibing. And then I'm going to talk to Chris, and we're going to see what we might want to plan, what we might want to do for life for this, and see if we talk and see if this will bring him back in any form, to see if he is going to come back. Awesome, we keep doing stuff. If he's not going to come back, we're going to have to see if it may be, you know, he's going to want me to just pick up the channel and just kind of keep putting things out myself on here, or if maybe I should take this to my own channel. But we'll see. I would very much like to stay here, because this is where we started, this is where I'd like to stay, but we'll see what he says. But yeah, we'll see. That's pretty much all I got to say. So I don't know, probably just end it here while I deal with this parking lot hell.